Day 23. So, I just spent the past half an hour talking to no one because it wasn't recording, so I gotta do this again. Yay. So, here we go. Use ratio language to describe the relations given below, so you can write. Ugh. For every. So, here's a language that for every 2 dogs, there is a cat. Okay, so if you're a vet or somewhere, the relationship between the 2 animals, the amount of dogs, the amount of cat is a 2-to-1 relationship. On here is for every 5 girls, there are, plural, 8 boys. Could be a party, could be a league, could be a dance or something. Wherever there's a big amount of children, the relationship is that for every 5 girls, there are 8 boys. Okay. Not too fun on the next set of questions here, but we'll do it anyway. Compare the number of girls who have blonde hair. So girls have blonde hair is 5, and we're comparing that to the numbers who have brown hair using 3. And write your answer as a ratio and as a sentence. So here's my ratio. And as a sentence, it's going to be for every, again, you can use for every, and that's the language you should be using. For every 5 blonde girls, there are what? There are 3 brown hair girls. Okay, so I'm not going to write the whole thing, but that's what I want you to write. Compare the number of girls who have blonde hair. Number of girls who have blonde hair is 5. Number of boys who have blonde hair is 7. So it's a 5-to-7 ratio. Write your answers as a ratio. Here we go. And as a sentence, for every 5 blonde-haired girls, there are 7 blonde-haired boys. Okay. At the bottom, you're comparing the number of boys who have blonde hair, which is 7, and we're comparing that to the number of boys who have brown hair, which is 5. And then I don't understand what they mean by using the difference. Well, write your answer as a sentence. Using the difference to the number of boys who have brown hair using different. I'm just going to leave it at that, 7 to 5. I don't know what they mean, so I'm just going to leave it as a ratio. Over here, number of boys who have brown hair, which is 5, compared to the number of girls who have brown hair, which is 3. So it's a 5-to-3 ratio. I don't understand what this is. If you do, let me know tomorrow. Okay, write your answer as a sentence, so you can write 7. You can write here in this case 7 blonde hair boys to 5 brown hair boys, whereas this is 5 brown hair boys to 3 brown hair girls. So, hopefully that is the answer. Like I said, if you figure it out, let me know. Are these equivalent? Well, is 1/5 and 3/10 equivalent? Is that the same? Well, let's see. Are they the same? Yes or no? Well, this was a times 2. This was a times 3. So they're not multiplied by the same factor. So definitely no, they're not equivalent because the numerator and denominator were not multiplied by the same factor. Okay, one was multiplied by 3, the other one by 2. Complete the ratios. Okay, so here if you can find the side-to-side relationship, 2 times something equals 3. No, well, and look at up and down. 2 to 4 would be times 2, right? How did the 3 become a 6? Times 2, so that works out. 2 to the 6 is times 3. So I'm going to multiply times 3 to get this mystery number over here. It's going to be 9. And this one is missing, so I'm going to go see if there's a relationship between 3 and 12. There is, times 4. And I'm going to apply that same relationship over here, times 4. And that's going to give us an 8. Clarence ran 15 miles in 120 minutes. How long will it take to run 6 miles? Well, so let's write that relationship as a fraction. 15 miles. And he did that in 120 minutes. So on the other side, I'm going to write the same relationship. Miles on top, minutes at the bottom, and fill in what I know. I know that he's going to run 6 miles, but I don't know how many minutes that's going to take. So, side to side is a relationship. Is there something that you can divide 15 by to get 6? No. So what about up and down? How did the 15 become a 120 times 8? So there is a relationship. So I'm going to apply the same relationship here. And go up and down this time. So 6 times 8 gives us 48. So it's going to take him 48 minutes to run 6 miles. How does he run per mile? So per mile, which means the unit rate for 1 mile. So you can either use this or this, whichever two ratios you want to use. So let's just use a small one because small numbers. So 6 miles takes him 48 minutes. And over here, I'm going to write mile. I want to know how long does it take him to run 1 mile. How many minutes is that? So this is our mystery number here. Relationship, how does a 6 become a 1? Divide by 6. So I'm going to do the same thing here. 48 divided by 6, and that's going to give us 8. Okay, so it takes him 8 minutes to run 1 mile. It's pretty good, actually. Television costs $150. You have 2 coupons, one for 20% off and the other one for $35 off. So $150, you give them a $35 off coupon, so it's going to give you $115. So that's how much you would pay if you used this option. The other option, you're going to take 20% off. Well, I don't know what 20% off, so I need to find what 20% off. So I'm going to take the value of the TV, the original value, multiply it by 20%. Remember what we did in class? We don't multiply by the percent, right? We got to change that percent, so it's going to be 150 times 20% as a decimal is 0.2. We move the decimal 2 over this way, right? Becomes 0.2. So now I can multiply 150 times 0.2. If you have a calculator, if you just do it on the side, it's going to give you 30. All right, so that's how much 20% is. So you go back, the TV was $150, you take $30 away, and you end up with 120. So which one is better? Would you like to use a $35 coupon with a 20% off? Definitely a $35 coupon because it's a higher value. Al's car can drive 35 miles, and I'm writing that relationship as a fraction, in 1 gallon of gas. That's pretty good. He needs to travel 157.5. How many gallons? So on that side, I'm going to write miles again and gallons. Okay, so let's see how much. It's going to be 157.5. So how many gallons will that take? Is the relationship this way? Is 35 times anything going to give you 157.5? I don't know. But I can tell you that I want to use the side-to-side relationship. I use the up and down. Look, how does 35 become 1 gallon? Divide by 35, right? And I'm going down because this direction will give us our missing number. So if I divide 30 by 35 on that side, I'm going to divide by 35 on this side. Well, here definitely, hopefully this is a question that you can use a calculator, because 157.5 divided by 35 is going to give us 4.5 gallons. All right, so you would need 4.5 gallons to travel all that distance. 20% of the students in 6th grade voted in favor of school uniforms. There are 200 students. How many voted for school uniforms? So I use a percent proportion. Remember, 100% goes here. 100 goes down here. The percentage will be here. This is going to be part. This is going to be total. Or depending on the question, this could be is either, or this could be of. Okay. So 20% goes here. There are 200 students. The total number of students is 200, so that's going to go here. So we're missing for just part of the 200 who voted for in favor of school uniform. So let's see if we can do this. Side-to-side relationship? Yeah, there is. How does 100 become 200 times 2? Multiply this times 2, and that gives us 40. So 20% is the same thing as saying 40 students. So 40 students out of 200 said yes, uniforms. Which is the better deal? So here is a question where you find a unit rate. So I'm going to put that money goes on top, okay? This makes life easier. 4.25 and you get 5 pounds. And over here I'm going to use 6.56 and you get 8 pounds. We're going to change both of these to 1 unit, okay? So that's 4.25 for 5 pounds of apples. What happens when it's just 1 pound? How much will it cost? Right? Divide by 5, and I divide the top by 5 as well, and I'm going to get 425 divided by 5. And if I divide the top by 5, I get 0.85 cents per pound. That's not a bad price. Here, 656, you can buy 8 pounds. So how much is 1 pound? Divide that by 8, and divide the top by 8, right? Hopefully it'll just be a nice number, 6.56 divided by 8. And that's going to be 82 cents, 0.82 cents. So the better deal is this one, the 8 pounds. Okay. Erica saved 20% of the shirt she just bought. The amount of money she saved was 6. What was the original price? Okay, so I use a proportion. Right, here's 100%. 20% of the shirt. So 20% was the $6 that she saved, right? 20%. So this is part. This is total. So $6 was not the total amount price. It was part. It was 20%, right? So we're looking for the total. How much was the full price of the shirt? Well, side to side, anything divided by 20 equals 6? Not really, right? So let's look up and down. About 20 to 100. Yeah, times 5. I multiply this times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. So what was the original price of the t-shirt? The full price t-shirt? $30. Oh yeah, another page. Write a ratio and sentence comparing the number of jeans bought, to the cotton ratio. You bought 4 jeans for here. Here's my ratio. 32 as a fraction, right? Over 4 pairs. Okay. Write a ratio and comparing the number of sentence to the right ratio and sentence. Okay. $32 for every 4 pair of jeans. I'm not writing it, but that's what it is. Oh, I'll write it. $32 for every 4 pair of jeans. Okay? Here's my sentence. Write a sentence comparing the cost of the jeans to the number purchased. Cost of the jeans, comparing the number of jeans. Oops, so this I made it backwards. There should be 4 pairs to $32. Okay? Order matters. Okay? So the number of jeans comes first. Let's erase this. No. Okay. And for every 4 pairs, I pay $32. That's what I should have put. Here, write a sentence. Ratio and compare the cost of the jeans. Cost of jeans $32 to the number of pairs. That's 4 pairs. Okay. I gotta follow the order. Okay, guys. What is the cost of a pair of one of the jeans? You can either pick this relationship or this one, whatever you're comfortable with. Doesn't matter. Well, let's just use the second one because I like the money on top. $32 is 4 pairs of jeans. So the question is, how much is 1 pair of jeans, right? So let's change that. Divide by 4. Divide by 4, and 1 pair would just cost me $8. Wow, really cheap. You want to buy 6 pair of jeans. How much will you spend? So from here, use the unit rate. Use this guy right here, okay? Because it's always nice when it's a 1 at the bottom. It makes life very easy. So $8, you get 1 pair. So 6 pairs would be how much? Well, what's the relationship? How are you changing? You factor of 6 times 6. So on top would be times 6. Gives you $48. Okay. You ate 10 cookies over an 8-day period. That's not that bad. So 10 cookies in 8 days. Wow. Most people eat 10 cookies in 1 day. If you continue eating cookies, let's say how many will you have eaten after 12 days? Well, so 8 days. So again, here's 12 days. How many cookies will you eat? So cookies go on top. Is there a relationship side to side? Is there anything times 8 to become 12? No. How about up and down? Also no. So then, if there is no relationship side to side, up and down, you need to change this ratio. So let's see if we can. Let's simplify this. Instead of 10 cookies over 8 days, I'm going to change this. I'm going to make it 5 cookies. I'm going to divide that by 2. make it 5 cookies, and I divide the bottom by 2, make it 4 days. Okay. I'm no longer using this. I'm not using this now. Is there a relationship now? There is. Times 3, right? 4 times 3 is 12, so on the top would be times 3. And that's going to give us our answer. So 15 cookies in 12 days. Wow. 5 pounds of strawberries will cost, so 15. So again, I'm going to write this down. $15. I buy 5 pounds of strawberry. Okay. I think as a fraction is always easier. So 1 pound of strawberry, how much is the cost? Well, okay, look at the relationships again. Up and down works, side to side works, so whatever you want. Let's go side to side. 5 becomes a 1. How? Divide by 5. And the 15 divided by 5 will give us $3 per pound. And he read 4 chapters. So 4 chapters in 2 hours. Over here, I'm going to write hours. And write chapters on top. And what do we know? How many chapters will he have finished after 5 hours? So I'm going to write 5 over here. Is a relationship anything times 2 equals 5? Yes, you can use a decimal relationship. Why not? 2 times 5, but I'd rather not. I rather not deal with decimal. So if you want to, it's 2 times 2.5, and then times 2.5 here, and then times 2.5. You can do that. Or if you just see this one, it's much easier. How did the 2 become a 4? Times 2. And to go up, it will also be times 2. That gives us 10. So either way, we get the same answer. So it's 10 chapters in 5 hours. Emily purchased 6 shirts for $18. So I'm going to write that as a rate here, the fraction, in the fraction format. 18 for 6 shirts. I like money on top. 1 shirt. So again, you're looking for the unit rate. How much is 1? So we're going to go 1 shirt. And divide by 6, right? Gets me 1, so on top I'm going to divide by 6. Then 18 divided by 6 is going to give me $3. Okay, and that looks like this was day 23, right? Hopefully, day 23. That wasn't that bad.